Hello, this is Cassie B, and this is the Whatever It Takes podcast. Right now, it's about 9 a.m., and it is the 11th of December. For me, it's finally feeling like the Christmas season. Yesterday my grandmother gave me this type of candy-ish, like cake thing. It's like a petit four, and those always remind me of Christmas. So I guess when little things like that happen, when we really are kind of immersed in Christmas and the holidays, and we start to do the little activities that go along with them, I really start to feel like Christmas is around. And I was able to one of the things I wanted to do yesterday was put all the Christmas gifts I made together so that I would know where they were when I need to wrap them. So I found a nice box for that and did that. And I just did some organizing yesterday, which felt good. I didn't get a whole lot done. When it comes to like cleaning and organizing, it's very hard for me to get into. I guess I have to do it for over like an hour or so to get into that rhythm. But when I'm in that rhythm, I do a lot. But it's hard to get there. So I just do maybe like 30 minutes of cleaning a day and organizing and stuff like that. So, it's quite a rainy day today. And I think I enjoy that more than if it's just dark. Because when it's just dark, I don't know. It feels like you're waiting for the rain or you're waiting for the sun to come out, and it just never comes out. So, I have quite a busy day today, so that's why I'm, kicking off my day with doing my podcast. I've been really, really enjoying it lately and really inspired to do it. I feel like I'm really comfortable with like a 30-minute length of time doing it, and I really like that I've put a picture as the thumbnail, because I don't know, that just makes me happy. I don't know too much about like editing or making videos, but I hope to learn at least a little bit more so I'm able to maybe have different photos going throughout the video, like kind of like a slideshow. I think that would be very fun to make and fun to see. So I think I'm gonna work on that soon. But I'm very proud, because I have been doing the thing I said I would do, 1 hour of drawing every night. Usually between 8 and 9. But I'll probably do that right after this today, maybe. Because I have such a busy day today. I have babysitting, I have moving from where I was living, picking some stuff up at the store. Just a lot to do, so I thought I would try to get the things that are important to me done early. Because on days like this, when you have so much to do, it's very easy not to do the things that you want to do. It might give you a sense of pride and accomplishment. And I want to continue to practice and learn. So, I've been very good lately. But I do want to, one of the things I want to try to do, I think after my exam and everything, for about, I guess it's been like a week. It's just been a week. I've been very tired, so I've been just letting myself relax and get up when I want to, which is usually pretty early, like 6:30 or 7. But I would really like to. There's this really nice feeling you get when you're doing a project and you're really, really enjoying it. You're really like in the flow, as people say, like you're doing it without really thinking about it. And for me, when I'm doing that right before I go to bed, I get this feeling of like inspiration. This feeling like, oh, I want to get up early and finish this project, because it's a big project, but I know if I had extra time, I could probably finish it that day. And that's really what I love waking up early for, to do something. If I say something vague like, oh, I'm gonna wake up early for this thing, but I'm not clear about really what exactly I want to do, I probably won't wake up early, because it's not of importance in my mind. But if I'm like, oh, I want to wake up early to finish this project that I've been working on, I'll have extra time, I could do it, I'm really motivated to do it. So when it's like that, I find it really easy to wake up. So I want to get in the mind frame of, oh, I'm doing a lot of busy work. I feel motivated. I've worked hard enough to be in a position where I feel like I can wake up early. I don't think it's bad to wake up early for no reason. I just think sometimes we push ourselves to do things that aren't really necessary, because that's kind of what the world says to do. It kind of says things like, oh yeah, work hard, you hustle, do all these things, and that involves waking up early and getting things done. But that's such a vague thing to say, because it's like, what am I getting done? So I don't think it's necessary to wake up early and push yourself that way unless you actually have something you're doing. Because sometimes, the sleep is more valuable than getting up and just being like, what am I supposed to do? So that's how I feel about things like that. But I really want to get back to it, getting back to waking up and feeling motivated to do my crafts and do art. That would be a really good time to draw. And yeah, when I wake up at like 5 o'clock instead of 6:30, that's a whole hour and a half I could draw or knit or crochet or just think about life. Some extra time to do yoga and stuff like that. But I'm not pushing for every day. Even when you want something, even if you do it every other day or do it every 2 days, I think it's better than nothing. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty motivated. I really want to be able to do some good things. Yeah. Yesterday I had quite a bit of anxiety, I guess. I didn't feel any anxiety towards the thing that I was doing initially, but then it just started to build up. When you have something you're doing with a lot of unknowns, sometimes you can be kind of overwhelmed. The thing I was doing was like figuring out how to take public transportation or, a lift or something, the bus, a lift, whatever I need to take to get to this place that I've never been before. And sometimes that can be difficult because first off, you're a little nervous. Second off, I think there's been a lot of cutbacks to the public transportation. I'm not quite sure if that's correct, but I can see that some buses that used to be in service aren't in service anymore, which is difficult for people who that's their only means of transportation. So yeah, I don't usually take like Lyfts or like Ubers or stuff. I did one time when I was checking out an apartment for rent, and that was fine, but they are a little bit expensive, and whenever there's something I need to spend money on, if it's something like new, I don't usually take Ubers, so I don't have a fund for that. But if I know that I might do it more in the future, before I start doing that, I will make like a fund, it could be even like a wallet or something where I'll put a little bit of money for that each time, so that when I have to do that occurs, I will have a set amount of money that I am able to use without feeling like it's encroaching on my food money or encroaching on, my bill paying money, my rent money, things like that. And I think that's really good. It's good to know you have money in random places just in case. Yeah, because money will go fast if you let it. It's very easy to be like, how did I spend this much? Or just impulsively be like, oh yeah, I want this. It's only $15, but with shipping, it's going to be like $25, and things just add up, and tax, and oh my gosh, shipping costs so much. So usually when there's something I want that I see online, and if it's available to be sent to a store, I will usually get it that way. I still have to pick it up, but I don't know. Sometimes that's better, and especially if it's a store that's close by that you can walk to. I really like walking. I really feel like I used to walk to and from work, which was 4 miles there and 4 miles back. And that's 8 miles a day. And I really enjoyed that because I always knew like how long it would take when I'd get there. You can control that. But when you're taking public transportation, you have no say over when you get somewhere. Either you're going to get there so early and have to wait for 25 minutes to start your job, or you're going to get there, you're going to get there late. And it's always better to be early, but that can really affect your health and such, especially if it's cold and you have to wait out in the cold. So it's really hard to figure that out. But I love walking. Like if there's an errand I have to do and I can walk there, I will. And I've walked to some like difficult places and long ways, but I haven't done too much of that lately. I would really like to get back into like, I guess I kind of, as you get older, sometimes things you used to do, you won't anymore, just because you're kind of like over it, or you've kind of grown past it. Like, I don't think I'd ever want a job where I have to walk 8 miles a day ever again, because that's just not, that wouldn't be good for my mental health. That wouldn't be good for having time to relax, because I used to get up at 5:30 and I would go to work at like 7 o'clock. So that's an hour and a half there, hour and a half back. And at the time, I do believe that was the right decision, because it was a very good job at the time. It was a very stable job. I got a lot of hours. Everyone was so nice, and I still have such good friends there that I feel like, I like them all, they like me, and yeah, I feel like I met such great people through that job, but I don't feel like I could ever do that again, just getting old, or even, in my opinion, even getting like a year older every year. Things about your body is going to change. Things about what you could do, your mentality, your, just the way you think's going to change so much. And I really enjoyed the time I spent at that job, but I could never do that again. I might be able to do that again, but it would have to be a job where I feel like the money would be worth it to go that far. Yeah, never say never, but I really don't want to. And where I am right now. So, yeah. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be doing training for this program I'll be participating in, and I'll tell you more about it if it works out. I feel like this year especially, I've been the most unlucky person, and with no fault of my own, really. Because I'm trying, and if I apply to a company, and I've trained with them a little bit, and then I realize that our values are totally different, I can't continue doing that, because I know in the long run it's not going to be an okay job. It's gonna lead to things that won't lead to anything good. I've ran into a few jobs I've interviewed where it's like so sketchy, so I get out of there right away. Like, they're like, oh, we'll pay you under the table and stuff like that, and that's not appropriate at all. If just some advice, you could get in serious trouble for working for places who want to hire you for a long period of time and don't want to pay you in a way that is, by the law. That will just come back to, like, hurt you most of all. Yeah, and places that really don't care about you as a person. There's so many of those, and I've worked for places where I've had to, like, give my 2 weeks notice 3 weeks in, because there was just a lot of, like, anger issues and things, and it's never worth it. There's ways to save money, there's ways to reduce the money you're spending at the grocery store. There must be some way that you don't have to do that. You know, like applying for assistance, maybe, things like that, where there's no way that you should work in a place where they don't care. There's a chance that you could get hurt. You know, there's no safety precautions in place. You know, it's like things like that where you should just like report it to HR. You know, I didn't do that, which I don't know. When you're young, especially, it's hard to know if you should do that or not. You know, nothing happened to me directly, but it's not good practice. It's like with it's like with illegal activities and stuff, illegal jobs, like, I don't know, I'll just use this as an example, like dogfighting and stuff. The people who do those things, like fight dogs, they're doing it as a job in their mind. It's an illegal thing, but, you know, they're doing it as a job. And so with that, it's like those people, because that's a terrible thing. Those dogs are hurt. Those dogs are not taken care of. You know, it's a bad thing. And with that, it's like you feel bad that maybe this isn't the best example, because I don't know anyone who would feel bad for people like that. But maybe, like, I don't know. But there's some point where you feel bad for people doing sketchy things, like not paying their taxes. They have a company, or paying you under the table. Things like that. You feel like, should I do something about this? And you doubt, should I go to HR? Should I do a anonymous tip to whoever? And you debate it a lot. You say, I don't know, you know, because this is their livelihood. This is people's livelihoods. But if people are doing bad things, I feel, my opinion is, that there must be an underlying issue with the person themselves. And the only way that they're going to get help is if they get, you know, the bad thing that they are doing is, you know, kind of exposed, kind of like they'll have to either like reap the repercussions of that and try to build up a different type of lifestyle once the operation is closed, or succumb to it. You know, it's kind of like in life, it's like eat or be eaten. And it's really hard, because I've been in circumstances where I could have done, you know, it's kind of like you can become more like the person who's doing the bad thing, or you can decide to change. And I think the only way, it's sad, you feel bad, you feel sad, sorrow for people who are in a tough situation and things like that, people who are addicted to drugs, people who have addictions, you know, substance abuse. But the only way, in a lot of senses, for people to ever get better is to hit rock bottom, to have maybe the corrupt operation they are in to kind of be disbanded. Like, I guess when I'm talking about that, like, yeah. dogfighting and stuff, or I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but that's what I thought of. So, yeah, don't feel bad about doing those type of things, because it might have repercussions where they're no longer able to work there, but it means that they have to decide what to do with their life. Like, I think about that a lot, and especially like when there's a lot of things where people are a lot of sad things where people are in cases of violence and stuff, and they don't know if they should speak out or not, and it's really hard. But when you do speak out, that means it might not happen to someone else, or somebody else might be able to get out of their bad situation. It's so easy. No, it's not. It's not easy at all to not, it's a very hard thing to not know what to say, or not know if you should say something, to keep all your emotions in and not know, because you don't know the repercussions. You don't know. It will become something you have to deal with, but in a way, it might be better for everyone. So it's extremely hard, things like that, and not easy at all. Yeah, those were just things I was thinking about that kind of had to do with bad situations I was in, or jobs that I had to leave, and thinking about if I should have reported things. You only know what to do by learning from experience. I think from now to a year ago, my perception of like the world and things has changed a lot, and I'm sure by next year it will change so much more. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we will never stop changing. It feels, I think I've talked about this before, like, instead of seeing life as a graph that is going up, see life as a graph that is, or see life as like a linear line that keeps going forward. Because I sometimes think of life as you keep getting better and better and better and better, and there's no end to that. But maybe it's not that you necessarily get better. It just you go along with the flow of life, and you just grow, and maybe that's not getting better at all. I don't know. It's hard to know. But I guess I want to think more about these things and maybe write about them and figure out what I mean by, I guess, figure out what is true for me, what is how I see it. I want people to be okay, but it's not you that makes somebody okay. It's not you that makes someone safe in a way. In most instances, you can only be a factor, and they have to change their lives mostly on their own, Yeah, for things like that. But I think it's important that we take the responsibility of our life and try. It's everybody comes to a point in their life, I feel, that they really have to make choices. And those choices, however small, will be the start of making other choices. It's not just one thing. It's not just one thing that turns everything around. It's so many little things that come together to make a choice and make a change. So that's probably where I'm going to end today. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Whatever It Takes podcast.